Yo, what's up, guys? Today is another day of the vlog. I didn't get the vlog up yesterday because I didn't record shit. Dumb me. But there's a lot of cool things that happened yesterday, and I'll run you through a few. But before that, the topic of today's video is why I want to turn my life into a movie and why you should too. Everybody has a message. Everybody has something that makes them special and things that they've learned based on the environments they've been in. And if you talk to those people and you actually take a deep dive into their lives, you can see so much about the world, their experiences, and things you can learn for your own life. And that's realistically one of the coolest things ever. If you talk to enough people, if you read enough books on enough people's lives, you can see patterns that will give you success that everybody can attain, but very few people actually learn. And so that's what I've been kind of trying to do. I want to figure out a way to turn my life into a movie. I've already dictated what I want to have, what I need to do to have that, which meant I had to choose to be that person. To get what you want and have what you want in life, you have to decide, okay, based on what I want, I have to do these things. And once I know what to do, then I need to actually figure out who is the person who does those things effortlessly. And if they do it effortlessly, then that's a part of their being. And so ultimately, you want to figure out who you have to be to do the things that will get you what you want. And it's a lot different than I'll do these things until I have this. No, it's becoming a specific type of person. And the main reason I want to show my life movie is to show you me becoming that person. So I can leave a cool paper trail and people can learn from what I'm going through, what I'm doing, how I'm doing it. I actually get to tell my story as it unfolds like a cool book. And hopefully through the duration of that life movie, I get the opportunity to teach you guys a lot, show you guys a lot, and actually become the person I hope I'm meant to be. And that'll just be so great because I can go back and look over the movie of my life. You can look at the entirety of my life as I grow, develop, and change, and it'll just be awesome. So I'm rambling. Look, let me get to the gym, just sweat a little bit, hit the heavy bag, make sure I'm dripping a whole bunch, pause, and I'm going to come home, rendezvous, talk to my girl, do a few things, and just talk to you about why you should create your own personal movie, why you should watch mine, why I want to do it, how I plan to get it done, and hopefully it's entertaining. I just got done with about an hour of heavy bag work, but just drilling like, I was drilling my jabs, my straights, hooks, and then I threw in a few combos, but I didn't go any like creative, free, going wild stuff. Oh, did some Tabatas too, and shit. I miss the feeling. There's something about hitting the heavy bag that gives so much relief. But I got to get back on my routine of journaling every day. I did it yesterday and the day before, but I didn't this morning because, again, I was in bed on Facebook. So either way, we're going to do that. We're going to set some goals for the day that should help me get closer to creating a business, doing some fun entrepreneurial things, and I'll just catch you guys soon. But before I go back and do all that, my entire reason for wanting to create a life movie is one, because for being frank, I realize that I want to be seen and heard. Like, I have family members and people around me that definitely make me feel seen and heard. But I mean, I guess I'm just egotistical, and I'll be as real about that as I possibly can. And so I just want people to know my story, hear from me, and learn from me. A lot of it does go back to a desire to help, but either way, turning my life into a movie is just going to be one of the best things ever for you guys and me, just because, one, the journey is what people relate to, and I think you guys will appreciate seeing me go through this journey to actually learn, grow, do all these other things is probably the biggest thing. But also, I get to learn and teach you that along the way. And as I build a business, you guys can be my first customers. But it just gives you guys an opportunity to see me from living in my mom's house. Granted, she doesn't live with me and my girlfriend, but I'm in my mom's house driving a super old Buick. It's a 2001, so old car, amazing girlfriend, but we're at the typical 24 and 21-year-old stage of life where nothing's really fully fallen into place. And so I just want to be able to make a change and show that change. And hopefully you guys will appreciate the journey. So why do I want to make my life into a movie? First, because I got an ego. Two, because I think my journey to becoming as successful and creating the person I can be would be amazing to watch. It'd actually be a movie. And I feel like I can impart a lot of wisdom and lessons on the journey to becoming the most successful I can be. So hopefully I didn't ramble too much, but I'm about to go home, shower, give my girl a kiss, and I'll catch up with you guys a little bit later talking about why you should turn your own life into a movie as well. Before I go, still haven't taken off my hand wraps, which were horribly done. But before I go, here's a little physique update. Right now, I'm sitting at like 165. Maybe I've gotten down to like 160, but I'm super fucking lean. You know what, fuck it. Alright, I'm super fucking lean right now, but I'm so weak. My numbers have gone down so much. I could barely bench like 175 for 2, which is horrible, but I mean, it's all part of the game. As long as I'm healthy, as long as I can move, I can be free, my body isn't in pain, I'm good. And so this is gonna be something big on this journey where showing you guys updates on my physique, showing you guys different ways that I've been progressing in the gym, how my numbers are going, whole bunch of different stuff. Also, I'm putting together a workout routine. I should have it up and ready to go for everybody to copy and use if you want to follow the same workout schedule that I'm on for a little bit and just see how you like my athletic ways. The way I put my workout routines together is a culmination of track, football, and lacrosse workouts. And it's really helped me stay very athletic while being able to actually put on weight and put on muscle. And it just gives you a very unique style of lifting because it's 3 different sports, 1 for each phase. So pretty much I do each form of working out seasonally, just to keep it to how I was doing it for a period of time. But with track, everything's built around explosiveness. It gets you very quick, very athletic, very agile. But then with football, I focus a little bit more on hypertrophy, muscle building, and a specific way of putting power behind that muscle. And then with lacrosse, it's a little bit different where I'm focused primarily on like plyometrics, moving my body, keeping everything good, but there's a lot of wonky workouts because in lacrosse, having a fucking 3.5 or 6 foot long stick, it really affects how you move and what you can do. And so being able to use your body in ways that makes that work is the biggest priority. And so mixing those 3 and actually doing different things for different seasons and different purposes keeps me well-rounded at least. But that's all I had to say. Now it's time for me to actually get back to the house. So I'll see you there. All right, we're back. So I have not been on my shit. So I'm about to be knocking out my daily journaling and figuring out my goals for the day and doing everything in my power to make sure I'm knocking out as much as I can that will help me do as much as I can in the best and smartest way I know how. That said, if you haven't already, go check out my video that I posted yesterday. It's a little bit of a long one, but, well, I guess 2 days ago, but beautiful vlog. Anyways, now we're about to get into why I think you should also turn your life into a movie. First of all, a lot of people really don't live all that interesting lives. Many people do the exact same thing as everybody else, living in a way, on the surface at least, that would seem very ordinary. But if we all started to turn our lives into movies, we could see just how crazy the different worlds we all live in. Because one of the big things that I've come to learn is different people live in different worlds. And so we all have different movies that line up. Some people are the main character and some are the side characters based on how far they decide to push themselves. But the point of the matter is we live in completely different worlds, and different people can show different realities to others who possibly even wanted to join that world. My example would always be, I love fighting, UFC, but I'm not the biggest football guy. And there's so many times when so many people want to talk to me about football, about which team beat that team, and 9 times out of 10, I don't know what's going on. I love the sport of football, but actually watching it realistically makes me want to go outside and play, so I don't watch it. But then there's people who know about UFC, and I can talk to people about Peter Yan, Sean O'Malley. My old sparring partner is now one of the 2, no, he has 1, but he's a champion in bare knuckle boxing. And that was a guy who pretty much taught me how to fight and whooped my ass every day for 3 months. And so he's in a completely different world than even me, where he has to do fight promotions, he has to spar, train, do this and that, and everything in between. And his life would be a crazy movie just knowing the kid. Parties all the time, parties extremely hard, loves his marijuana, and loves to go hard in the fucking bar, I guess. Point is, he'll still hop in that big ass circle for BKFC and whoop ass. He's in his own world. But then there's different people who are car people, where they can tell you what a carburetor is, where this nut goes just by the size and the color, and cars are their life. Now, since we are in all different worlds, we have the ability to help other people within our own world, bring new people into our world, and also just find people who relate to us in a different way and form a community that truly encapsulates who we are. And we all have different communities, all different groups, all different teams of people who are here and ready to help us. And if we know how to meet them, aka making our lives movies so that we can watch each other, we can learn from other people's successes, we can help other people find success, and we can find the success we truly want. Like, and this is super off the top now that I think about it, but Myron Golden, a gospel business speaker, he speaks about how to build a business based on biblical principles. He always talks about when you build your purpose, the people you're meant to meet will come in. And also, there's a specific part of the Bible, I don't know which one, and I think it's out of the book of Matthew, but it talks about how the word of God should never leave your lips, but you should spread that with the people who are in your world. Something along those lines. I'll try and find the video, get the clip. But the point of it is, the more you talk about God while mixing it in with what you know and what you love and using God's principles within the world that you live, the more successful you will be. And if you want to extrapolate that a little bit further, what did King David do? No, King Solomon, excuse me. King Solomon asked God for wisdom of all things, and then he simply told people about what he knows. He spread his knowledge. He pretty much had a scroll-based vlog, and he just spread that information out so far that people really start to stop and say, whoa, let me go check that guy out. And he ended up putting every king and queen on the earth from the Bible's time into a payment plan. He pretty much had them on a subscription for business and wisdom. Well, business, knowledge, and wisdom. And we can all do that for ourselves. And the reason I believe this is true is because Dan Coe talks about it, and it's his viewpoint of how to actually grow your own personal brand and actually become a niche of one. You want to create a reality where you're attracting people who are interested in all the things that you're interested in. For me, that would be fighting. There's going to be clips of me boxing, Forex. There's going to be clips of me trading, working out. So fitness in general, health, personal development, reading. There's so many things that make me me, and I put myself on the spot, so I can't think of it off the top of my head, but there's so many different things that I'm going to end up talking about and showing within me actually making these vlogs and doing these things, that I'm going to attract a wide variety of different people. And once I fully know what I know I can help people with, and I can sell for a good price, you guys, the people who watch these videos, will be my exact customers. And I'm putting myself in a position where I'm able to get paid for being me, living as me, and helping people get better doing whatever it is they do. And that's my goal, and that's where I'm taking this. And so if you wanted to build your life into a movie and start recording this and doing that, realistically, you'd be putting yourself in that same position. You have a whole culmination of knowledge on different things that make you you. And if you start talking about all those things while relating it towards, I am a knowledgeable person, this is why, this is what I've gone through, here's the lessons that I've been able to take away, then people will come to you and see you as an authority on things that you find important. You don't have to, oh, this is my job and this is what I do, this is why people come talk to me. Whatever it is that makes you you, makes you special, makes you unique, makes you valuable. Now give away as much of yourself, as much of that value as you possibly can, and show it in a movie-like style, because it keeps people interested. But you do that long enough, and you'll have a whole group of people who are like, we like watching your life. And regardless of whether it's YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, there's some money that will come. But then if you figure out which one you would feel comfortable coaching people in, that's another stream of income. Or if you can figure out some digital products and assets you want to create, and then you put those out online, then that's a stream of income. And if you can keep this ball consistently rolling and doing it in the right way, from what Dan Coe says, from what Myron Golden says, from what Alex Hormozy says, what all these amazingly high-level people in the sense of the business realm with large followings say, you will make it. You will make a lot of money. Some say different things. Dan Coe says, you are the niche. Talk about yourself. That's the path I'm taking. Alex Hormozy says, niche down to the most minute perspective of yourself and go with one sliver of the market, because when you're that direct, that precise, you can charge people billions of dollars to the moon because of the fact you have a specialized trait that only you can provide for these people. One's right, one's wrong. Excuse me. Neither one's right, neither one's wrong. There's just 1,000 ways to skin a cat. And if you can figure out which way you want to skin that cat, and you keep skinning that cat, soon enough you're going to have some good mittens on you. So I'm about to get to journaling. I'm about to knock out a handful of things. I got some laundry to do because my girl stayed up for like 38 hours. She's ridiculous. And so once I get done with those things, I'll tell you about a little bit more information of how I'm going about actually turning my life into a movie, and hopefully you'll get some information that can help you. And we'll do a little bit more later tonight. Back, better than ever, even though I'm a lot nappier. But let me explain a few things, and then we'll get into how to actually turn your life into a movie, or at least the steps I'm taking for myself. So, got back from the gym, talked to my girl for a little bit, got her to take a nap, and started doing a little bit of recording while working on some of the other things I need to get done for the day. And then we went and got some pizza, watched a little bit of anime for a few, and then I ended up falling asleep from like 5 until 10. Now it's, almost midnight, and I have like 20 or so videos to record for Instagram. So it's going to be a long one, because apparently for me, I suck at doing recordings, and my Instagram videos take forever ultimately. But now that we got that out of the way, what do you need to do to turn your own life into a movie? First and foremost, I recommend looking for your ikigai. It's finding the 4 subsections of your life: your profession, your interests, what you're good at, and what you can get paid for. All of these are separate, and I'm going to be doing a video about that soon. But you find your ikigai, and once you know what you're good at, what you can get paid for, what you're interested in, and your profession, Then you try and find the intersection between all those things that truly tell you what your life purpose is. Ikigai is a two-part breakdown of Iki, meaning purpose, and Gai, meaning life. So life's purpose. Once you know that, then go through your life simply finding the lessons and problems that you're facing. So let me flip that around. Find the problems you're facing, the lessons they're teaching you. And once you find the solution, at least in Dan Coe's words, if you're showing people your problems, if you're showing people what you're going through and the steps you're taking to try and solve it, and you're being upfront, authentic, truthful, and you show them that entire process, once you find your solution, people will come to you to get that solution or that problem solved in the way that you've done it, because they'll build a connection with you through watching your life movie and becoming entrenched in your being. Look at anybody you follow on social media. More than likely, you have a vision of who they are and how they are in your head that is nowhere close to reality, because everybody is their own unique individual based on their experiences, their relationship to their parents, what happened in their previous relationships with boyfriends/girlfriends, and whatever it may be. But because you've seen them portray their life and show what they like to do, or one subsection of their life on social media, you feel as if you know them and have an idea of who they are, why they are the way they are, and how they became that person. Well, it's really as simple as that. If you know what you're doing, why you're doing it, and you simply show people that process and be authentic, honest, and open your mind up, then it gives you an opportunity to have a community built around you that like you for being authentic, trust you because they've seen you go through the problems and want to see you develop. And they want to be able to develop in the same ways because they know since you, or me in this case, have done it, then they can also do it. And that's the main reason I say you should do a life movie ultimately. So now, let's get a little bit more specific. Now that you have your Ikigai and you found your problems and you start to work through them, document your journey. You can even do a video of this is a problem and this is why I want to solve it, and break it down to a minute detail. Be open, be honest, tell your story, tell how you got to where you're at. For example, me. Right now, I'm 24, turning 25 in 2 weeks, and for years I've had a calling to want to show my journey to become the best I can possibly be. And I may be wrong about this. I don't know. I need to pray over it more, but I genuinely feel like God has called me to show my life journey. It's been since I was a sophomore in college that I've had the urge and the desire. I started YouTube in 2020, made 10 videos and got up to about 100 followers on one page. Then stopped posting on that page entirely, quit doing YouTube, quit doing social media. In 2022, the idea came back around and I started on Instagram again for about 6 months, made about 40 to 50 videos, then stopped, quit posting. Again, I got to about 150 and now I'm back down to like 125. And it's just been a constant thing where without any reason, without any doubt in my heart, I know I'm going to be extremely successful. And for some reason, I've always wanted to show that journey from me living in my mom's crib, me being in a dorm. I've just wanted to be able to show people that journey, that step, that process that I had to go through and grow through. And it hasn't been until recently that I've learned how to use my camera well enough to actually do that. I've been comfortable enough in my own flesh to actually take that step. And I've actually been consistent enough to actually pull a camera out and look at it. Now the biggest step is press record, speak to the camera, and post. And repeat that process just for the fuck of it. Get better along the way instead of trying to solve everything. And so once you have your Ikigai, you found your problem and you began to work through it, and now you're documenting it. Make sure to keep notes, track stuff. I have my own personal 100-day goal journal where I track everything out, and it's actually based off of this specific journal. I replicated this and added a few things into it that personally helped me focus and get better at working towards a specific goal, a specific idea. And if you too track your progress and track what's going on, what you're doing day by day, record a little bit of what you're doing day by day, and you take time to actually work towards one specific goal or maybe 2 to 3 specific goals in different areas of your life, and just do the bare minimum to where you can get better while still doing enough to see change, everything will fall into place. And realistically, you can look at Sam Sulek. All he did is got behind the camera, talked about his general ideas on bodybuilding, life in general, motivation, and why he is the way he is. And so many people flocked to that because of the authenticity. And it gave him a bunch of opportunities to just be himself. Now, apparently, there's some type of fall off. I don't know what happened with him, but apparently, him having a specific image and not meeting that specific image caused his journey to be derailed. But the point is, he told his story, showed the world, showed the internet the world he lives in, and now he's put himself in an amazing place. And I want to follow in suit. For me, it's more going to be an entrepreneurial journey, but in that journey, I know for my ikigai, fitness is a very important thing. Personal development is a very important thing. And entrepreneurship, learning how to make money from home, being myself, is also part of that. And so throughout this process, I'm going to be documenting and showing what I'm doing, what I'm struggling with, and how I can improve in every single way, telling you, these are my problems. These are my possible solutions. I'm going to work these solutions. I'm going to try these things, and you can join me on that journey. And you feel free to do that for yourself. Now, we have a few things that I want to talk about on the back end. Now that I've explained my reasoning for wanting to make a life movie, how I plan to do that, why you should do it, and how you could possibly do it. In another video, I'm going to break down how I started to use cameras, what that growth curve was, how I grew and developed, and what I learned along the way. And so I'll drop all that knowledge. But more importantly, if you have a goal, you have something you really want to work on, here in about 2 months, I'm going to be dropping my very first online challenge. Now, there's nothing that I'm doing besides giving you knowledge and giving you a direction with a few assets to help you push towards your own goals. I'm not going to be here sitting on you every day, texting and calling, trying to get you to do this and that. You are 100% reliable. But that's the beauty of this. I'm going to give you all that I learned about how to actually make a change, how to actually make a difference, how to actually improve on yourself. And then it's on you to actually do the work. But I'll be taking that journey with you. My goal is to make 3 challenge groups per year because it's going to be 100 days. So I have to make sure I hold you accountable. Every 10 days, we will be linking up on a call to review what happened over the prior 10 days so that we can either change how you're doing things or lock in and grow more. But either way, I'm super excited to announce the 100-day goal challenge that I'm going to be hosting by myself. Also, I'm going to be putting out a self-creation course based off the Be Do Have framework, how money actually reflects your personal development, how how being fit improves your finances because of the discipline aspect that's tied in with discipline, money choices, and also just goal setting in general, and a few other things. I haven't listed them all out. I haven't broken them all down, but trust me, it's coming. And more than anything, I'm most excited to announce I will be dropping my Kingdom Builder template. This is a ginormous template that I built out by myself. There's certain aspects of it that I'll have to take out or add in for different people, but ultimately, there's a personal manifesto. This is where Be Do Have came to life to me, and I read out a big excerpt from that about who I am being for the rest of my next upcoming years. But who am I going to be? My characteristics, my standards, my financial goals, my business goals, my social media goals. That is going to be all in the personal manifesto. Then you have the financial success. What do I call it again? Oh, Lord. This is not good. Financial success hub. And here, There's financial goals where we just take those financial goals from your personal manifesto and put them there for quick reference. You have a budget plan where every single month we break down a 50, 30, 20 budget goal. And then there's an expense tracker with a quick, easy one-click button where you can track your income. You can track your expenses, and then it'll actually go into its own database so you can see exactly how you're using your money, why you're using your money in the way that you are, and what you can do better with your money. And then also, this one's personal for me, but you can also get it. There's a potential investments area where I've been starting to look at stocks, and it's given me the opportunity to say, okay, I see these are doing well. I see these aren't doing so well. I see these ones are tanking, but over the course of the past 20, 30 years, whatever, they've been on the up and up. So this is actually just a sale. So that's going to be in the Kingdom Builder. And then I have the Fitness Success Hub, which I'll be releasing by itself. I'll be dropping the 5-week or 8-week muscle building hypertrophy phase workout routine. That is a fuck ton of words. I'm going to find some creative name for it. But pretty much my 8-week plan for hypertrophy that I'm about to be doing. I'm actually about to create a meal tracker so that I can start tracking my own meals and figuring out what meals help me, give me more energy, help me feel better, whatever. And also there's just like a workout hub where I have a whole bunch of workouts, muscle groups, exercises, and a logbook of all your previous workouts so that you can track your fitness success. Jesus. And then this one is super personal and super niche. If you need it, I've created a Forex Success Hub where you have your trading strategy, but then you have a trade tracker where it tracks the time you set your trade, why you set your trade, if you followed your trade rules. It takes a snapshot and a picture of your trade before and after, so your setup and your outcome. And also it asks about your take profit, stop loss, your risk, and the length of your trade so that you can start actually breaking down all the factors that go within your Forex options or whatever trading that you possibly want so that you can make money online doing that. And this one's a little bit personal as well. I've been in the process of a 10K challenge with the Funded Trader, a prop firm that allows you to take a challenge and access capital and trade their money to be able to potentially make income. So I put a payout hub on here. So if I ever get a payout, when I start getting payouts, all my payouts will be tracked in there so I can track my income for tax purposes or whatever. Either way, the last thing I have on here is a social media success hub, which is probably one of the most valuable things on here. And I promise you, I'm not offering it for anything less than about $50. But it's $50 to streamline any social media work you need to do. Pretty much in here, I have a creation process. I have my content creation process, and it's super short. It's about 10 steps, but anytime I start overthinking the process, I just go back and read that to re-simplify everything. Then I have an idea hub that's linked to a scripting hub and a social media calendar. So on the idea hub, you simply just drop general ideas. So for me, I have 10, I have 12. Actually, I lied. I have 11 ideas. But from these ideas, it's linked to the social media calendar where those ideas come up as projects. And within those projects, then I go into a little bit deeper, more minute subtopics of that original one. So for example, I have be, do, have, the topic I love talking about so much. I have be, do, have as a motivational topic. Well, then I have the be, do, have framework as one video, why I wanted to change my life as another video, who am I being as another one, how to create the new being, and the lowest minimum standard. These things all relate to be, do, have. And so that made it super easy. So I have my overarching idea, and then I have my subtopics that get broken down into their own videos. And from there, I take those videos and say them or do them again in 3 to 5 different ways. So since I have 11 topics and each one of them has about 5 to 10 video idea on a sub niche, then each one of those sub niche videos and ideas get broken down into 3 to 5 other videos. Ultimately, I have I could say about 85 ideas that are in the works. Some need to be scripted, some are about to be edited, some are about to be recorded tonight. It just makes everything so much easier. And so if you want to make your own life movie, this will actually be perfect for you. The entire Kingdom Builder is going to be something that I need to revamp, reiterate, because there's a couple different things that I need to add, take out, and simplify so that it all moves in a more cohesive way. But the point is, this template for Notion has been my lifesaver. I'm living out of this thing. If I don't go into here, if I don't do my daily journal, I can't focus or at least get as much as I can get done because of the fact I'm not directing my thoughts. And if you use this, life will just be so much easier. It'll be so much simpler to turn your life into a movie if you know what everything is happening. A director on a movie set knows what every single person is doing, when they need to be on set, what they need to be talking about, who they need to be around, when they need to. And you get what I mean. At the end of the day, I'm trying to put together one of the things that I matter of fact, let me jump back. I told you, you need to find your life's problems and start to solve them. My life's problem right now and in the past was I had big goals and desires, but I had no plan, I had no vision, and I had no game. I had no game plan, ultimately. So no plan, no vision. Well, in here, you're able to create your vision for yourself, your standards, what you're doing, and how you want to do it. Next, you break it down into a 100-day goal. And once you have that 100-day goal, then every day you break that down through your daily journaling into 3 things that you're going to do to help push you towards that 100-day goal. So one goal over 100 days, 300 steps. It makes life so simple. And on top of that, this hub will also make your finances super duper easy because of the fact that every time you go to make a purchase, you can just click new expense inside of here and you can track what you're purchasing, where you're purchasing it from, and even leave a note as to why you're buying it. That'll tell you why you're spending your money, how you're spending your money, and where you're spending your money. And it's very hard to be broke and not be good at using your money if you know exactly where you're spending money and why you're spending it. So ultimately, my biggest thing is I had no direction. I had no checks and balances for my life. And I built this out of Notion to do that for me. And